Hi, it's Demo Donna here with Queen & Company, and I am going to be showing you a stamping card with the Love Jar kit back in stock. The beginning of this demo, I'm going to go through everything that is included in the kit, and then we're going to get right into the demonstration of this beautiful card here. I'm going to show you some stamping tricks. We're also using the beautiful Ric Rac ribbon from the Ric Rac bundle and the pearls. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and make sure you comment below if you have any questions. So here is the 2021 version of the Love Jar kit. So the new and improved version of this is you now get more toppings included in this kit, which is really exciting. I absolutely love these little flowers. They're just so beautiful, and that neon pink and that beautiful teal and that hot green, even the gray, these are not colors you're not really finding in a lot of shaker packs. So check that out. Another cool thing is you get 9, that's right, 9 foam, double-sided adhesive, and acetate pieces to build your shaker. So that is super exciting to be able to make 9 different versions of this awesome kit. Of course, you get the 6x6 beautiful double-sided paper pad, these amazing jar. You've got your jar lid, a great little die to create like a little cloth was put in there, so you can do like a sweet little black and white or something very to soften up that jar look. And then these great tags. And last but not least, I don't want to forget about the awesome stamp set that you are receiving in this kit. All of these sayings fit right into the tags. So really simple for you to create this kit and just use the supplies that are in it. Now you've also got the great clear stamp stems and the flowers and the hearts and these cute little, I'm gonna call it the bonus heart stamp, because those are just so adorable, and you can add those to anything. I feel like these little heart trio is not going to be put away anytime soon. I also wanted to mention that there are add-ons to this kit. So I know you guys like to scoop those up. You've got you can add an additional pack of toppings, which is great. The forever loved outline die, which is a must-have if you create a ton of shakers. Yes, you can create the shaker look without it, but it sure does make it easy to create a bunch of shakers at once and put them all away for later use. And this is pretty awesome. You also can add on the dies that go with your rubber stamps. So that is a really incredible add-on. To start our Love Jar stamping card, I am going to be taking the outline die, so that is an add-on to your kit. And I'm basically just going to be stamping in some stems. So I've taken a few stems and I've just laid them out on my stamp block. And I did that by just setting them right over the jar. So you take your clear block and I just added them right in. I've just got a couple different greens. I'm going to start with my lighter one first, and I'm just going to do a few little layers. And I'm not even worrying about the leaves at this point. I am going to add those on after the fact. So there is stamp number 1. And I can go do that same color again. We're going to have a lot of flowers, so I'm going to have a lot of stems. Okay, so now that you have some stems in there, I went a little crazy. You don't have to put in that many, but you know, it was fun. Okay, so next we are going to adhere our jar to the cardstock, and this cutout is from foundation die number 10. And then now we are going to add our flowers. And I've just got a piece of scrap paper here that I'm kind of using to stamp on. And what I did for my flowers, I'm using a Charming Pink ink pad. And I stuck my flowers on my sheer glue and on some of my diamonds, because when you're using blocks on your real small stamps, you tend to get ink on the corner and it tends to get on your cardstock. So you want to make sure, if this is what you're using, that you clean off the ink before you stamp it so you don't get the little ink smudges on your cardstock. So to avoid that, I've just kind of created my own little stamping tool here. And I'm going to stamp each one of them about 3 or 4 times. And then we are going to fill in with some more greenery. And so there's my 6 larger flowers, and then I'm going to take this smaller one. And don't worry if your stamping isn't perfect. The cool thing about the fact that these are flowers is flowers aren't perfect. They're organic. Mother Nature makes them all different. All right, there we go. Now I'm going to, always remember to put your lid back on. Very important. I stuck 2 little leaves here, and I'm going to be using a lighter color. Now you might want to test your green dye inks first, and I'll show you why. So test and use a lighter one. So for instance, here we'll take a few stamp outs there. For instance, if I use a really heavy ink and I'm going in and I'm going over my flowers, some of them you're going to really still see that green through your flowers. And so for instance, this one I know is going to be too dark too. I don't want to use that one because then that's going to stand out. I want it to be more like coming from the background. So I know that this one is going to be just right. So that's not overpowering my flower. So you can see the difference with those 3 little stamp outs. And the color here is New Sprout. So if you just take a lighter green, that should do the trick. I'm also going to add, I like the flower, the leaves on this large stem here. Really cool thing with all stamping is you don't have to use all of it. So I am just going to ink the leaves. I'm not even going and touching the stem. And I am just going to do like a big one up there, maybe a sprig up here. And again, my stamping is most definitely not perfect. So I've got some pieces here where it completely didn't stamp out all the way, but I am totally okay with that. So I'm also going to add this adorable little heart trio. So since this isn't transparent, I am going to make sure I have it positioned correctly. Our stamping is complete, and we are going to make our shaker. So I am going to take the foam and I'm going to remove the protective cover over the adhesive. And now because this is adhered, I'm just going to have to make sure I center it as best I can. That looks pretty good before I squish it down. And as you can see, I left the center in so it holds its shapes. And now I'm going to just pop that out. And now that we have that on there, we are going to add in our beautiful toppings. So I'm going to create a kind of fake water look with my toppings. And I'm going to add the beautiful blue flowers that come with your kit. And then I'm going to use that really pretty teal that comes with the kit. Blue pearlies. So I also use some blue diamonds, and that is a pretty good fill. Now I'm going to remove the protective layer over the adhesive, add on my acetate piece. There we go. And now we are going to, oh see, and that's a good amount because it's got a little bit of water, yet you could still see your beautiful stems in there that you worked so hard on. Now we're going to attach our decorative die with the sheer glue. And I'm just going to add a pretty thin amount. If you squeeze a big blob on there, my recommendation is to take a little bit of scrap paper and remove it before you stick it on, and that sheer glue squishes out on your edges. So now we are going to make sure that is nice and even. So I'm going to take from the lid die, and I'm gonna just trim this piece here, and I cut it out with a mirrored cardstock or a foil cardstock. And now I am going to attach a little ruffle, and I think I'm going to use the beautiful blue, and this is the back in stock Ric Rac ribbon. Really pretty. I absolutely love it, and it works great with your red liner tape. Peel off the protective backing, and you see you've got a little bit hanging over there. I'm just going to fold it onto itself. So instead of having to trim my red liner tape, I just basically doubled up that adhesive. And now I'm going to take my beautiful Ric Rac ribbon, and I'm going to I'm kind of squishing it on there so it's not perfectly straight. To stick my cap now with the Ric Rac ribbon on it, I am going to add some medium gloobers because these are really nice and tacky. And I went ahead, and this beautiful tag, this heart tag, is in your kit. And I just went ahead and cut that out with white cardstock and stamped that. And I am going to add that right to the corner of my jar. So I cut this piece out of the gray paper out of your Flirty Florals kit, and this is that beautiful decorative paper here, and this is the same piece from foundation die number 10, and I just went ahead and cut it in half. I added some adhesive, and I'm just going to go ahead and add a little border on each side. Try to make it as even as possible and stick that down, and then I'm going to do the same on this side. Now I've got a fun little border on both sides. I am going to flip my card over. I'm going to add red liner tape on each side, and we are going to just add a little bit more of the Ric Rac. I've got my red liner strips on both sides. I am going to peel the backing off of one at a time and layer in my beautiful Ric Rac ribbon. So I'm just going to kind of gently set it on and then flip it over and make sure it's nice and even. So if it's how I want it, which that works for me, I'm just going to push it down with my finger tools and then trim off the edge. And then repeat that on the other side as well. Okay, and now we've got our great layering of the Ric Rac. The last thing I'm going to do is add in the beautiful pearls, and make sure you go check out the collection on queenandcompany.com. It is just so beautiful. The colors are really fun and unique. Okay, now I added some of my beautiful pearls here to my card. I threw in some of the pink and the light blue down here to accent it. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video and learned some cool things about stamping. Here is another card that I made on the Queen and Company Live. So if you want to go to that Facebook page and check that out, you can always rewatch our live videos. Thank you guys so much for watching the Love Jar Kit, and comment below if you have any questions. Thank you. Bye-bye.